Two idiots, one missing TV, a cross-country road trip that will leave you scratching your butt. Tonight we discuss Beavis and Butthead Do America.
And now, our feature presentation.
Fussy, who hired this crew?
What's your favorite scary movie?
I'm smart, you're dumb. I'm big, you're little. I'm right, you're wrong.
Show me the money!
Are you too good for your home? Answer me!
Baby, you are so money and you don't even know it.
Yeah, I thought this was good.
Hello, boys! I'm back!
Come in, finally. Golly. Technology hates me. Welcome in, everybody, to a stressful day for me and a wonderful day for all of us to come here and meet up on 52/1996. We are a live movie conversation podcast where we take a look back in time, 30 years, in fact, and dig into the films of 1996, one movie at a time. I'm your host, Cody, and I'm joined by my co-host for this final week of the month, or of this themed. I know we're into a different month now, but welcome in, Joseph. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being patient and wonderful, and
thank you for figuring it out.
I don't know if I figured out anything, but we'll see how it goes. You know, technical difficulty. Baby. I'm gonna write a sternly worded letter to our boys over at Restream and say, hey, kind of screwed up my deal. And they'll be like, well, you're using our free product, so you should pay us. And I'll say, you guys are severely overpriced and I don't really need you. It's just nice. But they don't sponsor me, so I don't care. It's free, baby. It's free. Yeah, this is your chance. Sponsor me and give me access to all the fun things that you have. And then I'll scream your name from the mountaintops, Not today.
Not today.
Not today. And if this is your first time hanging out with us, we don't usually do this. I don't usually complain about what's going on here. It's just, we're 11 minutes in to the top of the hour. This thing's on a schedule. I got things to do. I got food to eat later. I've got movies to cover. I've got things to do.
You gotta find some TP
for my bunghole. But if this is your first time joining us, welcome in. I suggest that you go back to some of the other ones, unless you're just a big Beavis and Butthead fan, which is another problem. Twitch would not let me put the word Butthead in, or I don't know if it was the Butthead part of the title or if it was the Do America part of the title, but they did not like that.
Well,
or they hate hyphens. I don't know. It might.
Sorry, it's a direct quote. What do you want me to do?
Yeah, it's a movie. Just let me put it. Everybody's trying to censor me today, and I don't appreciate it. I'm fired up, and I can't wait to talk about this movie. But again, if this is your first time watching or experiencing this, I apologize for these rants. But our idea is pretty simple. Every week for 52 weeks, we revisit a different movie released 30 years ago, this year being 1996. We dig into the vibes, the standout performances, the trivia, sometimes if it survives a modern watch. And we've been celebrating films with our theme Fools, where we are spotlighting comedies from 1996. Before we jump into our movie, let's talk to Joseph or Bob and figure out if some things. Did you ever watch Beavis and Butthead when you were a kid?
Thanks. No, that was one of the no-nos.
Yeah, I hear you.
Along with all that
MTV
stuff on MTV. Yeah, I can't watch that channel.
Have you ever seen this movie before?
Nonsense. No. Well, not that I could recall, at least.
Yeah. Did you ever watch?
First watch.
Do you remember watching any of the television show though? Like after the fact?
Some scattered episodes, but not something I ever revisited after missing it. So there's like no nostalgia factor or anything with this one. It's just over there.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you 100%. Because this was, again, one, I didn't grow up with cable, so I didn't even have access to the cool stuff that the kids were watching those days. Two, Beavis and Butthead were not like on my parents' list of things that should be watched. South Park gets thrown in here too, just because I was not allowed. But I saw, for whatever reason, I sought this out, and I don't know if I got around my mom by going to my dad just being like, didn't understand, what Beavis and Butthead was or anything like that. But I do know that I rented this movie when I was a kid.
Okay.
Somehow I got a hold of this movie. Never watched an episode of Beavis and Butthead in my life. I think I can say that to this day. I've never seen an episode of Beavis and Butthead. And so my only experience with Beavis and Butthead is the movie. And I remember seeing this movie. I remember the soundtrack really well of this movie. I remember singing one of the songs a lot. Well, a couple of the songs, because one of them sticks in my mind, and I still sing it to this day. If this movie ever gets brought up, or seagulls ever get brought up, I think of. But yeah, very similar. Growing up, did not see, this. This was a no-no, and I think part of the humor that I got when I watched this movie when I was a kid was because it was a no-no.
Yeah,
and I was also like 10 or so, whatever it was, however, 9 when I watched this. So I was like, everything's funny then.
Yeah,
even things I don't understand.
It's very like. Well, first of all, it's very like guy coded, but like teenage guy coded even more so. It's like how many times were we just like lingering on like somebody says their whole spiel in the movie and then they're just like, he said extend.
Yeah, that's it.
Fill in the blank. It's like, how many times was that joke in here?
That's the only joke there is just them being like, he said anus. So yeah, it was one of those things. And yes, very teenage guy coded. I think teenage girls do get their humor from a spinoff of this show, which would be Daria. Who does have a little bit of a... She's here. Yeah, she shows up.
Which was weird that I noticed her, because I couldn't even call her name till I went and looked it up, and I was like, wait a minute, you're from something else.
I thought that too. I was like, is Daria in the same universe as Beavis and Butthead? And sure enough, she is. And if you've ever seen any clips of Daria, it is so much different than this. Yeah, because just girls are smarter than boys, I think.
Truly.
And so it's a much smarter like comedy than what we're used to, or what we were probably laughing at the time, which is just like boners and farts, and those are the funniest things in the world. So if this is your favorite movie in the entire world, I apologize. I do not mean to, dump on anybody's childhood or teenage years or anything. I mean, I feel like you and I have equivalents to this show, especially adult animation, like Family Guy, American Dad, Home Movie, like any of the Adult Swim shows. Like those are very much for us. And I can't imagine showing somebody in Gen Z, Gen Alpha, an episode of Squidbillies. Like I can't imagine that. Be like, here's Metalocalypse. This was hilarious when I was young. Yeah. And them looking at me in horror because I don't know. I think this is very Gen X coded. Even though the characters of Beavis and Butthead are teenagers. I do think this is, an MTV generation, maybe super elder millennials get on this, but I think this is very Gen X coded, and they think this is them. And I feel like Mike Judge himself, the creator of all this, is kind of a voice for that generation, and he does so in other ways as well. And another adult animated show that I feel to be closer to me and enjoy a lot more than Beavis and Butthead. What do you think about that? All right, let's get into it. Let's talk about this movie, and then I'm sure that we'll have some more conversation about all this. But title of today's movie is Beavis and Butthead Do America. It came out December 20th of 1996, so right before Christmas. Merry Christmas to all those that celebrate. You get Beavis and Butthead for Christmas. It was directed by Mike Judge, written by Mike Judge and Joe Stillman. If you don't know who Mike Judge is, you've probably seen a couple of his movies or his shows. If Beavis and Butthead was not for you, maybe you watched King of the Hill. Probably his most famous cartoon or animated show. Again, love King of the Hill. King of the Hill is very funny to me. But he also did live action comedies, and some of them are more relevant to today, like Idiocracy is a Mike Judge film. Ever heard of it? Office Space is another Mike Judge film. And he has this, like, he's got comedy. He knows comedy. Sometimes it doesn't always hit whenever it comes out. I think Office Space was a failure when it came out. Idiocracy was also kind of a failure when it came out. And then saw new life afterward. Extract is another movie. Maybe we'll be talking about that down the line. Silicon Valley, another TV show that he was kind of behind.
I didn't know he was on Silicon Valley. Yeah,
so those kind of shows, and they're very funny. I think he knows comedy. I think he is a smart guy, man.
Yeah, I think this is a different lane than a lot of his other stuff. You know, it's maybe satire that doesn't
always work
home as well. Yeah, with people. So, but I think it works pretty well.
Yeah, there were some times when I'm like, Beavis and Butthead are not they are just our conduit to get to the satire and to the comedy within. Beavis and Butthead are just fools. They're just idiots.
Yeah.
And everything that's happening around them are the things that are satirical about the day and age that we're life. I think this one was mostly about like security state of the United States. Maybe a little bit relevant today. Who knows? No, none of these movies we watch are ever relevant. This cast is a voice cast, of course. Mike Judge voices Beavis. He voices Butthead. He voices Mr. Anderson, Tom Anderson, Mr. Van Dreesen, and Principal McVicker. We have a former husband and wife duo here voicing a couple in this. So Bruce Willis is playing Muddy Grimes in this, and Demi Moore as Dallas Grimes. This is our third time with Demi this year.
She's doing it.
She's got a big 96. Big 96.
Third and last, or we got more?
Ooh, do we have any more Demi? I don't know. Two voicing, because we had her in Hunchback, Striptease, and this one as Dallas Grimes. I don't know. We might run into her again, or it might be the next year with like G.I. Jane that we get her again. But Demi's having a pretty good mid 90s. I don't know if any of those movies are that celebrated or loved, but Demi's doing it. Cloris Leachman's in here as Martha, the old woman, and Robert Stack as Agent Fleming. Those are our main cast members. Greg Kinnear's in here, uncredited. What's his name? Richard Linklater's a voice. He's the creator. He made Dazed and Confused and Before Sunrise and all these movies that we've done here. He was the voice of the bus driver at one point. Okay. Yeah. David Letterman's voicing in here somewhere. All these are uncredited voices. So a lot of people having fun with this. But if you didn't have a chance to watch this movie, I'll give you a synopsis around Beavis and Butthead. Two of the biggest animated slackers around Beavis and Butthead get a kickstart when two crooks steal their TV. On their mission to find a replacement, Beavis and Butthead wind up in a motel of Muddy Grimes, where a case of mistaken identity has them after his wife, Dallas. Due to misunderstanding Grimes when he says to do his wife, the two travel from Las Vegas to Washington, not realizing they've been sent out to kill the woman. Now, this movie had a budget of $12 million with a box office return of $63.1 million. So pretty successful. Yeah. And critics like this movie too. Can't wait to talk about this. Rotten Tomatoes has them at a score of 70%. IMDb at a 6.8 out of 10. Letterboxd at a 3.6 out of 5. Roger Ebert gave it 3 out of 4 stars. Right? Dang. It is impossible to feel any affection for Beavis and Butthead. They aren't lovable goofs like Bill and Ted. Judge has stripped them of all redeeming qualities. Why then did Beavis and Butthead do America Hold My Interest and amuse and stimulate me? Why was the movie so fun? Because Beavis and Butthead represent an extreme version of people we see around us every day. And because the movie is radical and uncompromising, having identified Beavis and Butthead as an extreme example of grunge, disaffection, and cheerfully embraced ignorance, the movie is uncompromising in its detestation of them.
Okay.
Yeah. Mick LaSalle of the San Francisco Chronicle gave it 2 out of 4 stars. He said, it's as good as any animated feature about 2 teenage morons could ever hope to be. Yeah.
I think that's probably more where I land.
Yeah.
It's Roger's so hard to peg sometimes.
He loved this movie. Like sometimes when I read a Roger Ebert review, they are just like, he just like explains the plot of the movie and it kind of bums me out. Like, I'm like, that's not a critique really. That's not like saying what you like and didn't like. You're just telling me what happened in the movie. There are several paragraphs in this review where he's talking about how much he likes it and enjoys it. Yeah.
All right.
My hands are up. I don't get it.
Raj. It's been a roller coaster month with Raj.
Hey, roller coaster. That's fun. This movie does have a little bit of a legacy, I guess. I mean, since it came from an animated show, it kind of this is kind of like the sequel to that. But you know, there was always a planned movie sequel for it, and it came out, I want to say 4 years ago, 2022, I think that's right. Paramount Express. It's called Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe. I have not watched this. I don't know if I will watch this. It might be worth it.
I will be watching it. One of my things that I'm doing with all of these, since we've had so many sequel opportunities, I've gone through and watched all of the sequels except for this one so far. So just got to see what it's all about, you know?
Striptease 2?
Oh, no, just this month.
Just this month.
No, thank you.
What did we cover? Oh, Happy Gilmore 2.
Happy Gilmore 2. Nutty Professor 2.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about Nutty Professor.
And then this one, I think, is the other.
Okay. So. Yeah, Happy Gilmore 2 was unfortunate.
Too sad.
That one's sad.
I did give it a like, though.
I mean, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, it was fine.
All right. Since we both don't like this movie that much, what are the best scenes in this movie?
Roger. No, I'm on Roger's side, man. This might be my first 5-star of the year.
This is like a stiff critique of America and the government and
No, let's see. Ooh, I think my first like real scene is just the whole like intro, I guess the setup with the, I think you already mentioned it in the Google synopsis, the TV getting stolen.
Yeah. I do want to point out, and maybe you had this in your before we get into the TV steal, maybe you have this in your music moment. Do you have the opening intro
for the crime song?
Yeah, which is like what is it? Starsky and Hutch-esque like intro to Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah. Wait, are we talking about the same? Are you talking about when they're huge? Or are you talking about?
No, not when they're huge. I'm talking the credits, the opening credits.
The credits. Okay.
Yeah, Two Cool Guys is the name of that song.
Two Cool Guys. Okay, that's yeah.
Do you have that in your music moment?
It's one. I actually had a couple music moments. I
have a couple too.
For that was surprising. Well, but maybe not because there's not a lot of others. But anyways, yeah, that was a great. it's kind of silly with the framing of the rest of the movie, but I did really enjoy that like 70s throwback type intro.
It made me think of
and also
Superbad.
like the Godzilla thing was kind of funny. Yeah,
it's very much like Nutty Professor.
Yeah, so we're kind of like pulling from a lot of different things here, maybe a lot of influences. But
do you think Superbad was influenced by the Beavis and Butthead intro?
No. There's more dancing. It was like all dancing, right? Like
yeah. I guess
yeah.
this one was more like Shaft, Starsky and Hutch,
Yeah.
70s crime TV shows. Yeah, you're right.
It does have a similar vibe, though.
Yeah, thank you for taking me out of it.
Superbad. No. Won't allow it.
All right, TV missing. We'll go there.
Yeah. I mean, it's a pretty like straightforward plot point. They apparently are, after reading up on Beavis and Butthead a little bit, like them sitting on the couch and watching TV is like a pretty big part of it. So
yeah.
So when the TV is gone, that's like a pretty big problem. And we are very clearly introduced to their stupidity when they're like just like looking at all the clues and can't really figure out what happened other than it sucks is kind of like their resolution. The guys are still outside too, like actively putting it in their truck, and they're just like clueless.
This honestly kind of made me mad a little bit, not because of how stupid they are, but Butthead himself says like, we're gonna find who did this to us. But then they don't ever think about somebody had stolen their, like they don't really come to the conclusion that somebody stole their TV. Like after seeing all these clues. I don't know. He says that line, and I was like, that doesn't make sense with what just happened.
Match, yeah.
Yeah,
that's true.
But I do like them going to the high school and just stealing the TV.
I mean, that's a good first plan, I guess. Especially when I think we've got some school characters that are like pretty common to the show that we get to see in action. So, but man, pretty terrible heist. Even after like just ignoring what the teacher said, like all you have to do is get it down the stairs, man.
And they're just so.
And we don't have a movie.
Yeah, they're just so stupid and just push it off the top of the steps.
Yeah.
What are we dealing with here?
Strike one.
Strike one.
Yeah. Then where do we end up after that? Oh,
they go to the hotel.
The hotel, but we also get the Anderson. A quick little moment at the Andersons.
Yeah.
I guess the predecessors of the Hills.
Yes. Tom Anderson is Hank Hill. Like that is he's older, it seems like. He seems like an older version of Hank Hill.
He's into butane instead of propane.
Yeah.
Very important distinction. I guess.
Those kids are always whacking off in his garage or his tool shed.
Yeah. But they try to they get in there and like try to pretend like they're fixing the TV, and then they break it, which was pretty funny.
And they're like his neighbor, right? Like they're his neighbor. Yes. Yeah. And so does Tom Anderson's wife not know that they're the kids that are whacking off in his tool shed all the time? And she just lets them in because they somehow find out. Like, I know I'm trying to poke holes in this story here.
Oh, but yeah. Don't poke too hard.
Yeah, it's not worth it. This movie's not worth it.
Yeah, because I think they make a comment at the very end too about like, don't they say something like, doesn't Tom Anderson live around here?
Yeah,
like,
doesn't he live on our street? Like, do you forget?
Yeah.
You whack off at his shed all the time.
With Beavis, I get it. Because the amount of drugs he takes in this movie is crazy.
Okay, here's a question.
About Butthead's excuses.
Okay, I know you probably don't love Beavis and Butthead, like as characters. But did you like one more than the other when you were growing up?
I think as the petty kid that I was, I think it was probably Beavis because he looked a little bit more normal, I guess.
Yeah.
Butthead just looks with the like gums and
the
his
forehead.
It's kind of off-putting, yeah.
Yeah. I think I was a big Beavis guy when I was younger, but after watching this movie, I was like, I think I'm more into
Cornholio
Butthead.
freaks me out.
Cornholio.
It freaks me out, man. That's one of those split personality situations that seems innocent, but gets him
Also,
to DEFCON 4. You know?
That kid just doesn't know. He is a wild card. Beavis is a total wild card. But I think they're both wild cards, especially when we get to the scene where they're on the highway and he's like, "Look, Beavis, I'm jacking off." And then they just
it just happens to get the trunk open because he's messing around with the jack for a joke. Yeah.
And it causes a 300 car pile because they jump out of
400.
I can laugh about this movie. This movie's insane.
It's got some stuff.
Yeah, so Tom Anderson, they ruin his TV.
So then they move on.
They move on. Yeah. And then they go to the hotel because hotels have TV.
Yeah.
And that's where they meet Muddy Grimes.
Muddy Grimes. Yeah. Kind of like each synopsis said, that's kind of my next scene is like the setup for the Do My Wife or Do My Wife, Do America kind of collab that we got going here. But yeah, they get very fixated on do as sex and not do like mobsters are saying, like so they think this guy is paying them to go have sex with his wife.
That's really so stupid.
Which
we're gonna
Makes
score.
Sense. Why not? We're gonna score. Finally gonna score.
Oh God! So yeah, this starts us off on our journey. Muddy thinks that these are two hitmen that he's supposed to hire to kill his wife, and instead it's Beavis and Butthead. Actually, the two hitmen were the two guys that stole Beavis and Butthead's TV in the beginning.
Which so stupid.
But they get on the Muddy drives them to the airport. He's going to give them $10,000. He's sending them to Las Vegas to do so. And that is where our plot comes from. This is where the Beavis and Butthead start doing America.
Yeah, Vegas first.
What else? What's next?
Yeah, a lot of my other scenes are just kind of like locations, I guess.
Yeah.
So Vegas is the first one.
And that's where they meet Dallas Grimes, who's the lady that they're sent to kill. But they think they're going to do her. And then she realizes that they're stupid. And she realizes they just want to score. They're just kids that are looking to score. And she says that she'll pay them $20,000 to take this to Washington D.C. and she'll meet them there.
And then they can
score.
Yeah.
Really score.
Really score.
Yeah.
So not trying to, like you said, poke too many holes here, but so Muddy wants to kill Dallas to get the weapon.
Yeah, I think so.
So that he can sell it and
on the black market himself. Yeah.
So they're just like marital fighting. They don't want to split
because I think she ran off. I think she ran off with it. And he's like, oh, she double crossed me. So now I got to kill her and get my whatever back, my biological weapon back. which is a wild plot line already that we have here. So I think that's what it is she just ran out on him, and now he's like, oh, my double-crossing wife, I gotta kill her.
Gotta send someone else to kill her.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got to keep his hands clean, you know?
So that he can continue his illegal activities.
Right.
Okay. All right. We can move on.
What else happens in Vegas? Anything?
Well, I thought the funniest part I thought of Vegas was when they first arrive and are just like, they don't make it like 10 steps in the door, and there's just like the statue with the
all
exposed
the boobs
cleavage, and they're like most of like the montage of Vegas that's happening, they're just like staying in that same spot and like staring at the boobs on the statue, which I thought was pretty funny.
I did think it was funny when they finally go up to their room and the concierge or whatever is just standing there, but it's like that guy is still standing there.
Kind of like
like in Home Alone 2. He gives him the gum. Funnier. Home Alone 2, funnier. So I like that scene, and then of course Dallas comes in and attacks them because she's right next door to them.
I was surprised that I guess they couldn't figure out how to get the TV on.
Oh yeah, because the remote control is velcroed to the nightstand.
Don't know how to do Velcro, yeah. So Velcro honestly kept the movie from kind of ending there, you know? If that TV gets turned on.
Do they leave the room?
Probably never.
That's true. We need it. Plot device.
Velcro.
We need that Velcro.
Saves it.
All right. So they hop on a bus to go to Washington, D.C., I believe.
Yep. That's where Dallas is sending them. I guess maybe the market's better there for her to sell it, or is she just trying to get like as far away from Vegas as she can?
I wonder if it's because they have that like world meeting thing there that maybe there's some like people that might want to buy this biological weapon that
some shadies.
Yeah. So maybe that's why, she can take it to one of the embassies and start selling her wares there. I'm making leaps.
No, I think it makes total sense, A lot of opportunity for buyers.
Yeah.
With a lot of foreigners.
What's your next location?
Next location? Hoover Dam.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I did not write down the Hoover Dam.
I don't have much about the Hoover Dam, but I thought it was very funny, like to sort of start developing them in the eyes of the ATF as like these masterminds. They like are in there trying to get the TVs to work and like end up killing all of the power and destroying. So that it was kind of like, oh man, these guys are pros. What's the first thing you would do? Kill the power to get away. It's like, yeah.
We get some good damn jokes in here.
Good damn one real good damn joke.
The goddamn is this a goddamn
goddamn joke? One real good goddamn joke.
I go into the desert. That's my next.
All the way to the desert. I think that's about where we end up. I would like to mention the nuns when they get with the nuns and end up at the church doing confessional. that was probably like a top 5 moment for me. Pretty disrespectful, but
I do love Beavis's solution to this. Whenever the guy's confessing to him, and he's like, "Do 1,000 Hail Marys and hit yourself in the face.
Hit yourself harder." Oh yeah, that was great.
They do come up with some little moments of funniness.
Yeah. Most of it is like very like crude humor or like sex humor and stuff, but there's some pretty good stuff along the way.
They think
But yeah, that's how.
Nazis.
After that, we get to the desert because they're just like the nuns leave them and yeah, desert time.
Yeah, they hate them. Yeah, the desert and them walking across the desert is my next thing. And they also come across two men randomly in the desert who actually or who are just like picture or copies of Beavis and Butthead. Turns out to be their fathers, who they've never met in their life. Because they were on tour with Motley Crue and they think that's awesome. They talk about boobs and butts and all the stuff that Beavis and Butthead love. So they really like these guys. And then they wake up the next morning and they're gone. Just two drifters in the middle of the desert. So that just keeps Beavis and Butthead walking across the desert. They're dying of thirst. And it gets to one of my favorite parts of the movie where they eat the peyote cactus and start having hallucinations.
And yeah, you could give me like a whole separate show of all that stuff happening, which I think that exists in other formats. Some very like trippy cartoon shows out there.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it was vivid and very artistic, and
it was fun. Like
place,
that was fun.
Yeah.
Apparently, and maybe we have this in our fun facts, whatever. Rob Zombie did all the like animation for the hallucinations that they were going through, and the song that was over top of that was by White Zombie, which is Rob Zombie's band. So
yeah,
it fit. It was fun.
Kudos. Yeah,
kudos.
I'm glad he was a part of it because that I'm like you. That was one of my favorite parts of the whole movie. This little trip on peyote.
Did it start with Beavis hallucinating that he was a sperm?
Oh,
or was that at another point? I think
it did.
He was seeing his life flash before his eyes, and he started out as a sperm, and then like ends up at the TV. He's like, "Wow, that was awesome."
Yeah, because it started with Butthead's life flashback, which was one of, I think, the parts that I laughed at the hardest when they're just like different age in front of the TV. And he's like, man, my life was so cool.
Yeah.
But then, the sperm. He's like, I'm going way back.
The sperm part made me laugh because then you get this little sperm Beavis just going down and then the other sperm hate him so much that they throw him into the
push him in there.
So people that like Beavis and Butthead, come on now, they're the worst. Even sperm don't like Beavis.
Even sperm don't like.
No, that was probably one of my favorite scenes of this whole movie was the hallucination scene. It was good.
Yeah, it was great.
What's your next scene?
Let's see. I guess all the way to DC and the White House.
The White House, yeah.
Yeah. Everybody ends up there. Even after the 400 car pileup that you mentioned.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. In the desert, they get caught back up with Muddy, and Muddy puts them in the trunk of his car to meet his wife in DC. And yeah, along the way, Butthead just jacks off, as he says. And they run out of a moving vehicle going, 70 miles per hour down the highway and cause a 400 car pileup. And then they get back on the bus with the old lady that they who loves them.
Their original bus is just caught in the traffic, and they're like, "Oh, there's that cool chick."
I love that Beavis loves this old woman, though.
Yeah, their relationship's great.
And yeah, they end up at the White House, or they go to the Capitol building first, and then mess around there looking for Dallas, and then they go to the White House, and Beavis at this point is on drugs, tons of drugs, and is just walking through the White House. I don't know if you used to be able to do any of this in 1996. I know you could go on tours of the White House and like there were certain sections and everything. That man just walks around like he owns the place. He just walking all over. He gets into Chelsea Clinton's room, or no, Butthead finds Chelsea Clinton's room.
Finds Chelsea Clinton. He gets into the Oval Office.
You have braces. Hey, baby.
Hey, baby. Oh my gosh.
And then gets kicked out of the White House. Cornholio appears again. Second appearance of the movie.
Yeah, he's all over the place, causing chaos. Picks up the phone with the military and talking a bunch of gibberish, and they think something's wrong with the president, and
they're about to go to war. DEFCON 4, man, it's serious.
DEFCON 4. Yeah, all of this is happening as the ATF officers are kind of like honing in that they're in DC now, so like everything's coming to its climax, which happens of course at Tom Anderson's camper.
And they've already captured Butthead, and now they're like trying to get to Beavis, who is in the camper, and they have a standoff at the camper van or whatever it is, and they save Beavis saves the day, I guess. Somehow.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember how it went down. So
because he doesn't have his pants on.
Doesn't have his pants. The thing is in the pants. Dallas sewed it into the pants.
Yes.
He doesn't have his pants. He took his pants off in the camper because he was doing his thing. So Tom comes out with his pants.
And so he's the bad guy.
Flies out somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Tom takes all the rap for everything, basically. And they're heroes.
And they're the heroes. And then they end up going home after being like given the special award by Bill Clinton. Like part of the ATF. Some special award from the ATF, which is just cigarettes and beer and chicks. And they think that's pretty cool. Bill Clinton says that's pretty cool. And then they go home and they still don't have a TV. And like Beavis gets really angry because he didn't score at all. And they still don't have a TV. And then they find the TV that was dropped off at the motel. That is their original TV. And that is the story of Beavis and Butthead and how they did America.
They did.
They definitely did. Our podcast will guaranteed be longer than the movie. This is a short movie.
Yeah, if you didn't watch it, it's only what, like 80?
Yeah, 80 minutes. A quick 80.
Yeah.
I only fell asleep once.
I only dozed off once.
I need to watch it again.
I just remembered what I always associate. I just remember what I always associate with Beavis and Butthead, and I think it's from Robot Chicken. Is there a Robot Chicken sketch about Beavis?
Oh, I'm sure there is.
About Batman? Or that like Batman? Or is that from the actual show?
That might be from the actual show.
Okay. That's what I remember most about Beavis and Butthead. That Batman moment.
Who's your favorite character from this movie, or is there a scene stealer?
I've got two scene stealers.
I have two scene stealers and no favorite character.
Yeah. Although I think I could count the old woman unnamed. Although I think they gave her husband
Martha
a name, which was weird. Oh, does she have a name, Martha?
Martha, the old woman, yeah.
I missed it. Okay, sorry.
I don't know if she ever says her name, but that's what she's credited as.
Martha. Okay.
Martha, yeah.
Martha, the old woman that Beavis kind of endears in a weird way and eats all of her pills
and candy that she has in her purse.
Everything that she's got. Yeah. And I also said Tom Anderson, I thought was pretty good throughout. So
I put Martha as well, the old woman as well, because she's incredible. She's the best part of this whole movie. I think. Okay, one thing I will say, I really kind of ended up liking the ATF agent guy. I thought he was pretty funny. And then I also gave a little honorable mention to Cornholio because that is kind of like a
Cornholio.
separate.
It is. It's a
It's like
separate character.
It is a separate character from Beavis, and that was my entire childhood was Cornholio. Like, you need TP for your bunghole.
Need TP for your bunghole. Insane.
Insane is correct here. All right. Any lines or quotes that stick out to you?
I definitely got some.
Yeah.
So, since you liked Agent Fleming so much, what do you think? What was his obsession with the cavity search? Like,
that's in my WTF.
What? Okay, we'll get there. We'll get there. Okay. Oh man, yeah, I'd love to get cavity.
I think the '90s was obsessed with cavity searches because this happens in Wayne's World. If you've ever seen Wayne's World, there's a cop in Wayne's World who is obsessed with cavity search. I think it's just funny, you know. People just want to, stick a hand up somebody's butt and root around in there.
Root around in there, yeah. Especially, well, yeah, we didn't even mention them on the plane at all. Just thinking of pre 9/11.
Oh gosh,
flights were
Beavis and Butthead are on the no-fly
just
list.
Get on into the cockpit, you know.
You said, God.
Yeah, that's a good segue into some quotes here. Okay. All right, so I've got one from Muddy Beavis and Butthead when he's about to kill him in the desert. You got any last words before I kill you? And I think it's Butthead that says, I have a couple butt cheeks. And then Beavis chimes in, yeah, and boobs. I just want to say that again, boobs.
Boobs. Oh my gosh. I liked this little interaction. It says, Chief, this is one of the agents, says, Chief, you know that guy whose camper they were whacking off in? And Agent Fleming says, Bork, you're a federal agent. You represent the United States government. Never end a sentence with a preposition.
And then him trying to fumble through how to do that.
And he still ends it with a preposition. Still ends it with a preposition. It's great.
So when Butthead gets captured, and of course gets a cavity search, like everyone that gets captured, they show him afterwards, and he says, "Did I just score?"
That's one of my biggest laughs. Again, going back to the cavity searches, Agent Fleming says, Agent Hurley, I want you to give this scumbag a cavity search. I'm talking Roto-Rooter. Don't stop until you reach the back of his teeth.
Oh my gosh. Jeez. Roto-Rooter. Don't stop till you get to the back of the teeth. That's intense. Let's see. Oh, when they're at the Hoover Dam, we already mentioned this, but I'm just going to say the full thing.
Oh, yeah.
Now, can anybody tell me how much energy it takes to power Las Vegas? And wait, is it Beavis or Butthead? I don't remember.
I think it's Beavis.
Beavis. Yeah, I have a question. Is this a goddamn? That was a big LOL for me.
And that joke gets repeated in Vegas Vacation, like a couple years later. Whenever Vegas Vacation, or I don't think it's that exact joke, but they definitely make Hoover Dam jokes in Vegas Vacation.
Oh yeah, they're at the Hoover Dam as well. That's
yeah,
right. That makes sense.
Where's the damn bathroom?
I'm sure that's so annoying to work there.
They
get so many damn jokes, and none of them clever. When Beavis and Butthead are in the desert meeting their dads, or when they first show up, hey, one of you bastards got a match? And Butthead says, yeah, my butt and your butt.
I love that interaction because they're like, oh yeah, we hooked up with these two sluts in this town. Is like, awesome. Do you think those sluts still live there?
I think they might.
I don't know.
Here's
a question. I don't know Beavis and Butthead lore. Maybe there are people out there that are watching this that know Beavis and Butthead lore. One, they're like 15 years old, right? Like they are teenagers. And do they live together? or do we ever see their parents? Like, what's the situation? Because I feel like they're two. In my mind, they were not 15-year-olds. They were just two, like, I'll say 19-year-olds living in a crappy house together. Do you know?
I know they have jobs, but I don't know. That doesn't necessarily narrow it down that much, especially in the 90s. Like, how old do you have to be to work in the 90s?
Because they work at like some fast food place, I think.
Yeah, which you can be like real young. So maybe so they have to be under 18 based on a fun fact I found.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but so yeah, maybe I guess that 15 to 17 range is right on. Yeah, they have a teacher, so I guess they're still in high school, so that matches up as well.
So, okay, I just typed this into Google. Obviously, we meet the dads in this movie, but Beavis's mother, Shirley, is depicted as an inattentive alcoholic who frequently abandons him. Butthead's mother is rarely mentioned, but the boys are often shown living in a house, presumably hers, while she's away. So we think that's Butthead's house.
Gotcha. There you go.
See, I don't know. I never watched the show. I was not a frequent watcher of this show at all. I just assumed they were somewhat adults, and that's not true. They are in high school.
Much. They're kids.
They get expelled by the principal.
Get expelled twice?
Twice.
At least. Maybe more. Who knows?
After seeing that guy getting spanked in the hotel room. Incredible. They use adult language. That makes them adults.
Truly.
Any other quotes? I have a couple, but they're in my like biggest laughs. Well, I got one that's in my biggest
sorry,
laughs.
I already stole one. You can mention it again though. Oh yeah, I have one more. When Beavis and Martha are interacting, she at one point says, "I'm sorry, you have to speak up, son. I have this ringing in my ears. My doctor says it could be related to heart palpitations." Beavis says, "Really? I poop too much." And she comes back, "Oh, maybe you're lactose intolerant." I mean, no, I poop too much. Then I get tired.
I think talking about this movie is funnier than watching it in real time because
I think so too.
There's some funny parts in there.
The lines, yeah, that's all I got for quotes. So,
biggest laugh, cry, scare, thrill. Obviously, I don't think there are any cries, scares, or thrills, but there are laughs. You already said the one for me about Butthead scoring. I also want to put attention to the part where they get on the loudspeaker at Congress, and Butthead says, "Attention, attention! We're looking for the chick with big boobs." And Beavis says, "Yeah, we're ready to do you now." And they just go, they just laugh. And then it shows the senators laughing in Congress, which I thought was very funny.
Yeah, and Congress would probably too.
Yeah,
they probably would get behind that. Biggest laugh. I said, escaping the trunk and getting out on the highway of a car moving that fast was insane, but very funny when they cause so much carnage. Oh, and Beavis's bus rant when he's talking about like not scoring and like talking about all these old people around him that have scored. I thought that part made me laugh quite a bit.
I do like when he's like, this guy, he's old and he probably scored, and that guy's like, yeah.
Oh yeah, it was a million times.
I like Travis and Bob. I like that the old woman refers to them as Travis and Bob instead of Beavis and Butthead. Travis and Bob Head.
Yeah,
classic.
Travis and Bob Head. My first name is Butt.
Any other big laughs for you?
I think we've talked about most of them in scenes and quotes. I don't have anything else.
Most ridiculous moments for you, or WTF moments?
Yeah. I think the only thing that really like super jumped out at me was just like a really quick passing thing with the dads. How like Butthead's dad was like, there's like a different dynamic between them than there is between Butthead and Beavis. It's almost like Butthead's dad is like the dominant one and was like maybe abusive to Beavis's dad and verbally at least. It was kind of just like quick, and then we moved on. But it was just a weird thing to have in there. So
I like to think that they're a couple.
You think so?
Yeah, I like to think that Beavis and Butthead's dad is a couple. They're couples.
Like his butt matches his butt?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because yeah, I just think so. I think Beavis secretly likes Butthead too.
Ooh.
Because there's that part where Beavis is like, or we could dress up, or you could dress up like a chick, and like, because he says, I can't even remember what part it is, but he talks about like doing each other or something. You guys are gonna do, I'll do you. He's like, maybe I'm into it. Or Beavis says something along those lines.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
If you dress up like a chick, I'll do it. Like,
I remember what you're talking about. It's when they meet Dallas, and she's like, "I'll give you twice the money to do my husband."
Yeah.
And one of them's like, "No." Butthead's like, "No." And Beavis is like, "Well, it's a lot of money. Maybe we could just pretend it's a chick."
Yeah.
You know?
So I think Beavis likes Butthead.
I don't know. That might be a little bit of a
stretch
from my point of view, but maybe. I don't
know
the lore.
I have to insert things into this story in order for me
to make it exciting.
I gotta put something in there to make me like
this.
Fair.
Did you have a WTF?
Oh, just the cavity searches. Like, I love this is the amount of times that they're do cavity searches on the Andersons and the principal or the teacher or whatever. Cavity searches all around.
How many cavity searches do you think Tom got in this movie?
Oh, at least 3. He knows Beavis and Butthead. Let's get it. Yeah, 3 at least.
Yeah.
All right, best music moments of this movie.
So yeah,
these are the best moments of the movie, I think. Honestly,
there was some cool music. We already mentioned 2 cool guys in the credits. We already mentioned the White Zombie song during the trip, which is called Rat Finks, Suicide Tanks, and Cannibal Girls.
Hell yeah.
If that's not metal, I don't know what is.
That's metal.
But my only other one that we haven't talked about, well, you kind of alluded to it, is Love Roller Coaster when they make it to Vegas. That was really cool.
Yeah.
And then I found out that it was apparently the Red Hot Chili Peppers that are covering it.
I loved this song when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. This song, like, they did a remake of the song. I don't remember who does the original Love Roller Coaster song, but Red Hot Chili Peppers did this cover. I remember watching the music video. We had this like not on cable channel that ran music videos, and I loved this song a lot. I thought it was so fun. And then go ahead.
I was just gonna say, was the cover for this movie, or did it already exist?
Yes, it was a cover just for this movie.
For this movie, okay.
Yeah. I'm trying. Robert Randolph. Wait, no, not Robert Randolph. Ohio Players. That's who sings the original Love Roller Coaster. The Ohio Players in 1975. And I think the Red Hot Chili Peppers did a great job. This is a great song.
Was that supposed to be them on stage?
Like maybe.
Animated them?
Oh, yeah. That might have been them. That makes sense.
I couldn't tell.
Roller coaster of love. Say what? I remember singing this song on the back of the bus with, what is it? Joe Wagner. On the back of the bus. Shout out Joe Wagner.
Shout out Joe, wherever he is.
Shout out that Joe Wagner. That guy's awesome. I see him on Facebook all the time. He's always like selling cool retro stuff. And I'm like, that guy was a real one. We used to talk about cartoons and music all the time. That guy was awesome. Shout out Joe Wagner. You're the man.
Sounds like he still is. If he's still.
He's still cool. He's a cool guy.
Yeah.
Good job. You'll never see this, Joe, but you were awesome. I got another Joe to replace you. Oh,
So
well.
I'm not as cool as Joe Wagner.
No, you're pretty cool. I also want to give a shout out to Lesbian Seagulls, sang by Mr. Van Dreisen. I sang that song a lot. That is the song that I think of all the time. Is "Fly High, Lesbian Seagulls."
I think the song was okay for me, but the build up to them getting like door kicked in and room stormed while this song is happening was
This is a real song too. That's a real song.
Oh.
Isn't that wild? This song came out in 1979.
Who?
By Engelbert. Wait, it was released on the Tom Wilson Weinberg album, The Gay Name Game. And then it was recorded by Engelbert Humperdinck for this soundtrack, and then also sang by Mike Judge in the movie. But yeah, this is a real song. And I did not know that. The Gay Name Game is the name of the album.
Gay Name Game.
Yes.
It's a tongue twister. Gay Name Game.
This is the B-side to the single Love Roller Coaster by Red Hot Chili Peppers. So if you guys are out there have the single, single or the record on the B-side is Lesbian Seagull. So
Lesbian Seagull.
It's a banger.
You have it?
No, I don't. This soundtrack did go gold though.
Awesome.
It's a gold record. Yeah. It's a good soundtrack.
Yeah.
Some fun stuff on here.
Like you said, kind of the music was noticeable and carried at times.
And I think that's like a big thing of like Beavis and Butthead. Again, I don't think any of my, frequent guests are old enough to really like get into the Beavis and Butthead, but like that was their thing. Being on MTV, they were always like watching music videos and watching like rock videos, so metal and hair metal, stuff like that. So I think they better have had a good soundtrack. So I think they did. It was good. I did not do an F, Marry, Kill.
You want me to get you real quick? Okay.
Yeah, I want you to get me if you have one off the top of your head.
Agent Fleming, Agent Bork, or Cavity Search Agent?
Cavity Search Agent. Jesus.
That's the only other agent I can remember.
Doesn't say a word. She doesn't say a word at all. I think I'm gonna marry the Cavity Search Agent. I'm gonna marry the Cavity. No, I'm gonna marry. I think I can't marry Agent Bork because of the preposition thing. I think I've got to kill him.
Grammar's got to be on point for you.
Yeah, I need somebody to keep me in check on my grammar. So Bork's got to go.
Okay.
And then I think I F Cavity Search Agent because that's a good time. And then I marry Agent Fleming because one, he's got a good job. He's like the head of the ATF. Yes, he does. He's into the cavity searches thing, but he seems more like a cuck kind of guy. So like he's into like watching those things happen. So we can kind of incorporate that with the cavity search agent, I think. So yeah.
Okay.
What about you? This is insane.
I think I'm pretty close with you. So I'm going to take a slightly different approach, though. I'm going to marry Cavity Search Agent.
Ooh, I like it.
Because I'm thinking you're taking care of all that at your job. It's probably going to be a little different at home, like maybe a little bit more normal.
Yeah, don't take your work home with you.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. She's doing her thing at work to make her bag, and then she's coming home and things are good. She can tell me all about the cavities, and what she found.
Oh yeah, what has she found? That would be fun. Like after, oh yeah,
you get some good bedtime stories, yeah. So, and then I think, I think I'm killing Fleming. So I'm not as similar to you as I thought, because he was so dismissive of Bork and so many times. So I don't know. That turned me off quite a bit. So I think I'm gonna kill him and then hope for the best with Bork for a one nighter. Just get that grammar in check before you come through.
Yeah. I mean, you're just effing, so you don't really need to worry about that too much. I like it. I like your approach.
There we go.
And thank you for giving me a good F, Marry, Kill.
That's the spontaneous one.
F, Marry, Kill. No, I can't do Beavis and Butthead because you'll kill him immediately. I was going to be like Beavis and Butthead, South Park, Family Guy.
Ooh. Dang, Family Guy's I think the only one that I've ever really like watched a decent amount of. So I guess that would have to be Mary.
You'd obviously kill Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, which one's sexier, Beavis and Butthead or South Park?
Oh, wait, you mean Family Guy or South Park?
Oh no, I think I'm marrying Family Guy.
Yeah, I think I marry Family Guy as well.
So I gotta, for the F, I gotta figure out which one's sexier.
Oh, okay,
South Park
I get
or Beavis and Butthead. I don't know, man. Is the height gonna come into play here? I don't know. How far do we want to take this?
You ever met Cartman's mom?
Ooh,
Randy Marsh.
Adult characters. Yeah, that's good. They've got adult characters, so that's probably the F, right? Because we just have Beavis and Butthead or kids. South Park has kids, but they have.
You're thinking way too hard about this.
I'm sorry. I don't know. I want to make sure I have the right answer, you know?
I know you do have the right answer. You're the right answer. Do you think anybody gave a best performance in this besides like Mike Judge?
I shout out to Robert Stack. I thought he was great for the
agent. Give it up for Robert Stack for being in this. That's, Unsolved Mysteries, Robert Stack, like being in this insane movie.
Out of place, but man, his voice was perfect for it, and he did a great job.
I didn't even know it was Bruce Willis until the end of the movie.
Really?
Yeah, I did not.
I had to look it up because it was driving me crazy.
I knew it was Demi Moore. I was like, yeah, you can't not have that voice. Demi Moore's first Oscar snub.
Certainly not our last.
Not our last. Right. Yeah, I didn't really have a best. I didn't even recast this movie. I'll be honest with you. Did you?
Okay, I've got one thought for 96, but it's not going to surprise you, and you've already even kind of hinted at it in the opening discussion. I just said Brendan Small doing his multiple voice things all over the place, especially like kind of the metalocalypse side of it.
Yeah.
I think he could maybe pull it off for all the Judge characters.
I just think there's so many better there's so many better animated movies or things out there now. I don't want to recast ever. Like Bob's Burgers cast in here.
H. John? Throw H. John
H. John in here. He does all those voices too. Yeah, he's fantastic. All right, fun facts about this movie. I'm moving on. Sorry.
That's fine. I did want to know, did you ever see the SNL skit?
Yes.
Beavis and Butthead with Ryan Gosling.
Very funny with Ryan Gosling and Mikey Day. Yes. Such a good skit.
That was great.
I love Heidi Gardner not being able to hold it together the whole time because that's like the first time she's seen him in like full makeup.
Every time she turns around.
They're just doing something. And like Mikey Day has his gums up as Butthead. Like it's classic. If you haven't seen that skit, it's a funny one. Check it out.
That's what came to mind when I was thinking about 26 recast. I was like, oh man.
Just put Mikey Day and Ryan Gosling in this. It's perfect.
Just let's live action it and just straight out of SNL.
They wanted to live action this movie so hard.
Yeah. Speaking of fun facts, that's my very first fun fact.
Give it to us.
that the studio wanted to do Chris Farley, and I saw both David Spade and Adam Sandler for Butthead.
That makes way more
going out
sense
there.
than Chris Farley and David Spade. Adam Sandler and David
Adam
Spade.
Sandler. Yeah, I thought so too. But I did see Chris Farley and David Spade, and I was like, okay, that's we've seen that before. So Chris Farley and Adam Sandler, maybe a little bit of something different. I don't know. Could have worked.
Yeah, a live action version of this just sounds terrible. Unless it's Mikey Day and Ryan Gosling.
Unless it's SNL. Yeah, I think the animated and Judge, from what I heard or read, was very opposed to live action, which is why it didn't happen. So.
Rightfully so. I read this and surprised me. As of 2023, that's 3 years ago, and I don't think Mike Judge has come out with anything since. This is his most financially successful film that he's directed.
It's that Christmas box office, man.
It's crazy that this is the most, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, Office Space did not do well. Idiocracy did not do well. Those are movie rentals that people went to watch. I think I read somewhere about Office Space, like, that is like one of the highest VHS that's been purchased. Like, it's crazy how much it got a second life because of VHSs.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it would have never got to the cult status it is today.
What else you learn about this?
Kind of already mentioned this a little bit, but there were apparently 2 edits done to this to remain a PG-13 film. The first one being when the principal is in the motel room getting spanked, he was going to be fully nude, butt out. So they put some heart boxers on him in edit, which I thought was weird because we see like Beavis and Butthead mooning quite a bit.
Oh yeah.
Was it just like the spank on the?
I think it has to be the spank on the bare butt has to be it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's sexual. Too sexual.
Okay, there you go. And the other one, when Muddy is driving around with Beavis and Butthead and is always pulling on some whiskey when he's driving, they originally were going to like have him offer it to him, which they had to cut out because they're underage. And that's how we know they're under 18.
That's how we know they're under 18 or under 21, whatever. But yeah.
Or 21. Yeah. I guess that's the right age. Ooh, I said 18 earlier. So, but we know they're, I think they're
15 or 16 or whatever.
Yeah.
Robert Stack was embarrassed to be associated with this film, that he tried to keep his name out of the promotional material, but eventually he did warm to the role. And understand. How do you go? So this is my problem. How do you go in, do a job, say the lines that you are given, which most of his lines are about giving a cavity search, and be ashamed, like, I don't know, and then suddenly be like, oh no, I'm in a Beavis and Butthead movie. I'm so surprised.
Yeah, it would be one thing if you were like a normal character that didn't have the lines that he has, like, yeah. But to your point, I think he mentions cavity search almost every time he opens his mouth. Yeah. So it's like, what'd you think, bro?
That guy probably said way worse stuff on Unsolved Mysteries. Did you watch Unsolved Mysteries when you were a kid?
I was a big Unsolved Mysteries person.
Yeah. Okay, good. Unsolved Mysteries heads, raise up. We need to do a rewatch of that.
Didn't they try and like bring that back?
They did. I think it's on Netflix. I think they tried to bring it back on.
It's doing it? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was like a failed.
We need another one. There are tons of Unsolved Mysteries out there.
Truth is out there, though.
Truth is out there. When Beavis and Butthead enter the church, there is a chant going on in the background. I did not confirm this, but if you listen closely, did you go back and listen?
Oh, I didn't go back, but yeah, I saw what you're about to say.
But the chant says, "Scrotum agitado, ignoramus, genitalius largus, hemorrhoidus burnum," all day long is what they're chanting in the background. So
it did not show up on my captions. I do know that, but doesn't mean it's not there.
It's ridiculous.
I hope
What-
it is.
What else you got? I've only got one.
I've just got one other one that I thought was like good forethought by Judge and team. If Clinton lost the re-election at the time, that scene where Butthead meets Chelsea, she's just like folding laundry on the bed. If he lost the re-election, they were just gonna throw a suitcase in there like she was leaving the White House, which I thought was, good on him for thinking ahead.
Hey, baby.
Hey, baby, you got braces too.
Their entire travel path. So they went from Highland, Texas to Las Vegas, Nevada, on a plane to Las Vegas, Nevada. They took a tour bus to Hoover Dam, to the Grand Canyon, to Arches National Park in Moab, Utah, to a town called Bald Knob in Montana, to Benoit,
Not
Idaho, to Butte, Montana, Peck, Idaho, Waipi, Idaho, Bags, Big Piney, and Meeteetse, Wyoming, Yellowstone National Park, Wyoming. They took a wrong bus to the Petrified National Forest in Arizona. They were picked up by Muddy in the desert. Then they went to Virginia, picked back up by the tour bus, arrive in Washington, D.C., and then they go back home to Highland, Texas. So that's their entire path.
What do we think the round? What do we think we're talking here in miles?
Oh,
round
God.
trip.
That's a lot of miles.
We'll have to put Gemini on that later
Yeah. Thanks, Gemini.
in advance.
You didn't have anything else?
That's all I got.
All right. Like a fine wine and dish, if you could pair this movie with another movie for a double feature, what would you choose?
A few that we've already said over the past couple of weeks, especially with the road trip theme, Dumb and Dumber, Sex Drive.
Mm-hmm.
I also said, no surprise, the South Park movie, the Simpsons movie.
I didn't even think
Night at the Roxbury.
Ooh, okay. I like it.
Because they're kind of like dumb.
Stupid.
And I said Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle.
Ooh, that's a good one too.
The only other one I'd put down, which is a very strange pairing, but the whole mistaken identity kicks off the plot. The Man Who Knew Too Little.
Mm-hmm. Little Bill Murray.
Little Bill Murray, yeah. It's funny. So.
I have a couple different ones. Although I did have Dumb and Dumber on my list as well, and South Park as well. I forgot all about the Simpsons movie existing. Dude, Where's My Car? Because those guys are pretty stupid.
Oh my gosh.
And Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Again, two idiots going across the country on a trip. And then I threw in Pee-wee's Big Adventure. I love Pee-wee's Big Adventure. But it is all about him going across the country to find a stolen bicycle, just like a TV. They're trying to find a TV, and they end up going across the country. But Pee-wee. Bill and Ted is another good one.
Good in chat.
Anything? I can't think of anything else.
Yeah.
Beavis and Butthead Do the World or whatever. The universe.
Kingpin.
Pair it with Kingpin. I don't recommend it. I would rather watch Kingpin, I think, 20 times before I'd watch this again. On a scale of 1 to 5, how likely are you to throw this on again?
I gave it a generous 2.
Yeah.
For rewatchability. I think probably less than that, but maybe we'll see some highlight clips. I think is more where I would land.
I mean, I've seen Cornholio so much in my life. I don't think I ever need to see this movie again. You are Cornholio. He's a skin in Fortnite. I don't think I need to worry about it.
Does he? Sorry to bring up a lore question here towards the end, but is that only when he gets like pilled out or crazy mode?
I think it's Sugar. I think he's
Sugar.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Sugar is his. Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
So most of what he was getting out of her purse was candy.
Yeah, I think he was eating candy, but she gave him that like caffeine pills.
Okay. That's a little bit different than my interpretation. I thought he was just pulling out every
I mean, he's basically on
old lady
speed.
pill that he found in her purse. And
No, I think he just found a bunch of candy in there.
Okay. Probably same effect. As long as they were all uppers.
Yeah.
Anyways.
All uppers. Now, overall, what do you give this movie out of 5?
I'm still gonna give it a 2.5. I think there's enough like comedy here and satire to put it still kind of just like right in the middle. And I laughed quite a bit. So I think that is just a little bit lower than all of the comedies this month. That's what it felt like. So
yeah, I gave it a 2. I was not as kind. I couldn't even go up on it. I was not a big fan at all of this movie. I thought I would like it more, and I did not. So
yeah,
unfortunate. So we've concluded our comedy month. How do you rank them?
Oh, we have concluded. I should have thought that this was going to be a question.
If you want me to read them back to you, I can.
This one's at the bottom.
Yeah, this is, I think,
the
worst out of them.
Kingpin's right above it. And then we've got Waiting for Guffman, Nutty Professor, Happy Gilmore. Waiting for Guffman is the one.
Yeah.
One seed, for sure. And then I had Happy Gilmore. I like Happy Gilmore better than Nutty Professor.
Yeah, that's the hard one for me. I don't know. Like, I think I like Happy Gilmore more just because I've seen it probably more than. But like, Nutty Professor was so surprising, and I watched that when I was younger. But like, I was surprised how much I liked it.
Yeah.
But I think I agree with you. I think I go Waiting for Guffman, Happy Gilmore, Nutty Professor, Kingpin, Beavis and Butthead. Yeah, we're the same.
Man, I was hoping for some controversy.
No controversy
Beavis
here.
Beavis and Butthead.
That's
was
my number
favorite.
1. Yeah, no, sorry, folks. Not a big Beavis guy, but we did it. We ranked them. We did comedy month. We're going to change it up next month, and I'll let you all know what that is. But Travis and Bob were about to, end this duo for a little bit. But Joseph, thank you so much for doing this and hanging out with me and talking about this movie and all the movies with me. Before we wrap up, anything recent that came out that you've watched or anything that you've seen recently that you would recommend?
I'm sure there is. I think I watched quite a few things this week. I'm sorry. Oversight on my part. Here we go.
Wow.
Oh, wow. I watched I watched Happy Gilmore 2 and Nutty Professor 2. Wouldn't recommend really either of those. Also, sorry, I'm going to lean into non-recommendations here because I think I saw one of the worst movies I've seen in a really long time. It's a new Netflix movie called Apex.
Do not watch Apex.
It was atrocious. But I watched a couple of Alien movies after you reminded me it was Alien Day last week. So Covenant and Romulus, like both of those. Recommend both of those if you haven't seen them. I saw for a first watch. I saw a movie called Pop Star, Never Stop, Never Stopping.
Heck yeah!
Have you ever seen that?
Oh yeah.
I had never even heard of this, and it was quite funny and fit in well with Comedy Month. It's like a mockumentary following Andy Samberg around as like a pop star going solo, and it's got a lot of really good stuff in there. The only other thing I watched that I would highly recommend if you've never seen is Devil Wears Prada. I watched the first one in preparation for the second.
You gotta
one,
watch
which
the
is out
sequel.
in theaters. Yeah. What about you?
She's still wearing Prada. I haven't watched as many movies as you have. I have watched a couple different ones. I watched The Sweatbox yesterday, which is a documentary that is not out publicly or where you can watch it, but it is about the making of The Emperor's New Groove and how that started as one thing and then ended as something completely different. I think the only way you can watch it on YouTube is in like very segmented parts of it, because it's never been like Disney tried to bury it, kind of thing. And
Interesting.
it was interesting. It definitely was. It was mostly like a Sting documentary because Sting was doing the music for the movie, which was originally called Kingdom of the Sun. It's interesting. It's an interesting documentary.
Why is it called the Sweatbox?
Because the Sweatbox is where the animators work out of. Basically, they like would heat them up to try and get them to work faster so that they would get stuff that they explained it at the beginning of the movie. Yeah.
Gotcha. Sorry.
I don't know if they still do that, but that's what it used to be. Like they used to have a Sweatbox. And then so one of the things that I'm trying to work on for the month of May is, because it's Mother's Day this month, I'm trying to like watch movies that center around mothers, all different types of mothers. I made a list on Letterboxd, not of movies that like every movie with a mother in it. I just picked out 31. I don't think I'm going to do all 31 movies of mothers, but I picked out, some movies that deal with mothers and motherhood. Some of them are about like daughters or sons dealing with their complicated relationship with their moms. Some of them are actually about like motherhood. I don't know if anybody watched If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You for Oscar season. That is a great movie, probably about motherhood that would fit into this. But I'm hoping to watch some of these movies explaining or just going around and write something maybe and put it out on Substack or something. Just try something new. So we'll see how that goes if I keep up with it. But I did watch a movie. It is a Netflix movie. It's called 37 Seconds. It is done by Hikari, who directed Rental Family this past year. And one thing I will say is it is not a perfect movie by any means. One thing, though, it is about a young woman who is a manga artist who also has cerebral palsy. And she has like kind of an overprotective mother in the movie. It's very interesting, especially in the first like hour. It's about like, kind of looking for her own independence because she can do a lot of things on her own, but her mom won't let her. And so like the first hour is very good. And then the young woman who is the lead in this is great. Like she, I like seeing somebody in a movie, that representing and having like somebody with a disability and dealing with a disability and showing like, how they function in their daily life. Fantastic. The first hour is really good. Second hour kind of sucks. I'm not gonna lie, because it kind of loses the point of what I liked about of this young woman gaining independence, and they kind of stray away from that in a weird way. So definitely worth a watch. It's interesting for it. Yeah. I would recommend that. And then TV wise, Alyssa and I binge watched The Fall and Rise of Reggie Dinkins, which is a new show done by the people that did 30 Rock and Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, starring Tracy Morgan as a failed NFL football player, and like Daniel Radcliffe doing a documentary on him. It's only like 10 episodes. It's very funny. Bobby Moynihan's in it and is hilarious. It is so funny. I'm sure people have seen clips, but yeah, I would recommend that. And then of course, Teen Titans. I'm still cranking those out.
Still cranking Teen Titans.
Yeah, I think we're almost through the first season of Teen Titans. So that's been fun. But that's it. That's really it. That's all I've been watching. But I'm hoping to crank it up. I'm going to get these mother movies going.
And you'll be a mother by the end of it.
Call me mother.
Mother.
But if you want to keep the conversation going, talk to us about the movies that you're watching, you can join our Discord. The links are below. Follow us on Instagram. Check out my Letterboxd to see what I've been watching lately. All of those links are available on whatever platform you're watching from, or listening from. If you're watching on Spotify or listening on Spotify, YouTube, Twitch. Hopefully we'll get everything fixed and we won't have any more issues next week. Speaking of next week, we're starting a new theme called I'll See You in Court, where each movie will be a different courtroom story. And we're kicking things off next week with Primal Fear. I don't know if anybody has seen that. Primal Fear is a good one. I'm looking forward to rewatching that one. I used to love that movie, so it's been a while, so I look forward to watching that one again. But we're going to be live next Sunday, 5 p.m. So we better see you there. But thank you everybody for tuning in. I appreciate you, and we'll see you next time here on 52/1996.
Be nice to women.
We spun the reel through desert storms and courtroom cries. Love letters burned, planes went down, truth hid behind the lies. From snowbound crimes in Fargo streets to agents running wires, we laughed with Gilmore, screamed in masks lit, theaters on fire. It's 52/1996, let the credits roll tonight. Good movies, bad movies, all of them in the same rewind. 1 year, 1 week, every frame gets its time to shine. We'll see you next story on 52/1996.